Hey there, my name is Ethan Lowry. I'm a wedding photographer based here in sunny Auckland, New Zealand. Now, it's midwinter here at the moment, which means weddings are at the slowest, which means I have more time than ever to stare at my gear shelf and question why I'm still keeping some things and maybe what other gaps I need to fill. I also use this time to think about the summer and the year ahead and evaluate where I'm at, what I want to be shooting, and set some goals to get where I want to be. So then over the last couple months, I've been doing some thinking and I've been doing a little bit of gear shuffling, and I just wanted to kind of lay that on the table. So while I'm not exactly planning an exit from weddings anytime soon, I love weddings, I am diversifying what I shoot. So I've set myself a goal to shoot 2 mini docs over the next 6 months. That's shoot, edit, deliver, publish, all off my own back, all off my own coin, as minimal of a crew as I can make it, anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes each. I have a couple stories in mind that I've already started storyboarding and drafting pitches for. I've already pitched one of them. I'm really excited about digging into this. I think mini doc work is a really cool extension of my skill set in storytelling and weddings, kind of taking some of the experience from my advertising days and the experience that I've kind of had over the last couple of years, even working more on a community reporting level in my day job. And with some really good planning, some really solid pre-production, I think I can pull them off on a lean budget in a reasonable amount of time. And so with all of that in mind, I've started thinking about what gear I need to shoot to achieve the outputs that I want to get. And just for reference, my gear at the end of the most recent wedding season was a GFX100 II, a Fujifilm X-T5, a Leica Q2, 2 XM5s, and a handful of lenses. And so while this kit works really well for weddings, both in a photo and video capacity, it's certainly not suited for video doc work. So I started looking at options, weighing everything up, and I decided that I wanted to buy a Blackmagic Pixus 6K. The Pixus 6K seemed like a really good first cinema camera for me, and I knew there'd be plenty of room to grow into it, and I'd get a significant bump in image quality. So after watching about 10,000 YouTube videos on the Pixus 6K, I decided not to buy one yet. Instead, I sold my X-T5, which I was really just using as an A-cam for video at weddings, which it really isn't built for, but it's surprisingly super capable. I sold my Q2, which I was using as a B-cam for photos, second to my GFX100 II. And instead, I got this bad boy, the Fujifilm X-H2S. Now, I know the X-H2S isn't a proper cinema camera, but the video specs and the outputs are insane. They look beautiful. I'm familiar with the codecs. I'm familiar with the general look and feel of F-Log2, F-Log2C, and it'll certainly do what I need it to do for weddings, and it'll be a really good start, I think, for me in doco work. It's very much the ultimate hybrid camera, and I think it'll give me a really good platform to grow in the doco space while still being able to service all the weddings that I have booked and everything that I have coming up after that. I'm staring down the barrel of a $10,000 minimum investment to get on the Pixus 6K ladder. Here in New Zealand, everything's about twice the price as what you can buy in the States. So the Pixus alone was almost $6 grand, and then all the accessories and a proper monitor and everything else. Yeah, we'd be looking at about 10 grand, which was a pretty solid chunk of change when you can't monetize that immediately. Now, I know I don't need to rationalize anything for the internet. I really only need to rationalize this stuff to my wife. But I thought I'd make this video just in case anyone out there was in a similar position or if anyone was experiencing some serious gas in this space. So while I know the X-H2S is an absolute powerhouse in its own right, it's not a cinema camera, but it'll do everything that I want it to do and need it to do and more. And it'll allow me to get a few of these projects out the door before I feel like I maybe need a little bit more room to grow. So for doco work then, my X-H2S will become my A camera for video, my GFX100 II will become my B cam, and for weddings it'll be the reverse. So my GFX100 II is my A cam, do it all everything for weddings, and the X-H2S will be a secondary body. I told myself that if I really smash these first couple projects on the kit that I have, and I'm enjoying the process, I'm loving the outputs, and I can, most importantly, monetize it in some way, then I'll grab myself a Pixus kit. This basically just encourages me to A, get stuck in, B, not make any excuses, and C, not go into debt on something that I can't make money off of immediately. Now, this is not going to be a first impressions video on the X-H2S. There are so many of them on the internet now at this stage. The camera's been out for years. I don't feel like I really need to do that. What I will do in an upcoming video is detail how I've set mine up for hybrid photo and video work. And the real trick here is utilizing these custom modes on here. 7 custom modes on this camera, which is absolutely amazing, and it makes the camera super easy to use, very, very flexible. And in that video, I'm going to include a download file so you can set your X-H2S up exactly like mine, if you so choose, if you like the way I've done it. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked what you see, please consider subscribing. If you got to the end and you didn't like what you see, I don't understand why you're still here, to be honest, but thank you anyway. Till next time, see you.